Welcome back here with our continuous coverage right here in Headlines today. It's been about close to 4.5 hours after the Delhi Chief Minister apologized for the death of Gajendra Singh and for continuing with the rally thereafter. Just a short while ago, Aam Aadmi Party leader Ashutosh, speaking with Headlines today, broke down on national television, asking forgiveness for the farmers' demise. Our distraught leader appealed to the Congress and the BJP to stop politicizing the issue. Ashutosh was inconsolable for about 5 to 6 minutes. With folded hands, he apologized to Gajendra's daughter, Megha. Megha Singh, in fact, is with us right now. A very brave daughter. While Ashutosh couldn't control his emotions, Megha just stood there and told him not to cry.
हम सब लोग बहुत आहत हैं बेटी। मैं गुनहगार हूं तुम्हारा। मैं मंच पे उस वक्त मौजूद था, काश हम उसको बचा पाते, लेकिन हम लोग सोए नहीं है रात में, बहुत तकलीफ है। लेकिन ये जो राजनीति इसके बहाने की जा रही है, ये गलत है। इस देश के नेताओं को समझना होगा कि ऐसी राजनीति से कुछ नहीं मिलने वाला। इस राजनीति को बदलिए आप लोग। ये बीजेपी कांग्रेस वाले राजनीति कर रहे हैं, इसमें मनीष सिसोदिया का नाम लेके आ रहे हैं। हमारे विश्वास की तरफ उंगली उठाई जा रही है। हम लोग इंसान हैं, राजनीति करने नहीं आए हैं। हम राजनीति करने नहीं आए हैं, इतनी गंदी राजनीति करने नहीं आए हैं। हम इस राजनीति करने नहीं आए हैं। ये राजनाथ सिंह जी को समझना चाहिए। हमारे ऊपर ये आरोप लगाने की कोशिश की जा रही है, हमने उकसाया उसको। ये गलत है, ये ठीक नहीं है। तो मेरी बेटी की तरीके से हो मेघा, मैं तुम्हारा गुनहगार हूं।
जी, मैं बोलना चाहती हूँ कि अब मेरे पिताजी संसार में रहे तो नहीं है। मैं बस इतना कहना चाहती हूँ कि पार्टियां एक दूसरे पर दोषारोपण नहीं करें अब, कि कांग्रेस पार्टी बीजेपी पर, बीजेपी आप पर, ऐसे मैं इन सबसे कहना चाहती हूँ कि इस प्रकार एक दूसरे को दोषी न ठहराएं।
एक बहादुर लड़की है मेघा। 48 घंटे नहीं हुए मेघा के पिता को चल बसे हुए, और इस समय मेघा हमारे साथ है, हेडलाइंस टुडे पर है। मेघा, आपके पिता का सपना क्या था, क्या चाहते थे वो आपके लिए?
जी, मेरे पिता का सपना तो यही था कि मैं एक अच्छी ऑफिसर बनूं और अपने देश की सेवा करूं।
आप 12वीं कक्षा में हैं, इस सपने को साकार कैसे करेंगी?
आपका एपिसोड पूरा हो गया क्या?
जी, मैंने अब 12th के एग्जाम दी हुई हैं और मैं IAS की तैयारी करके अपने पिता का सपना पूरा करूंगी।
ये कहा जा रहा है कि पैसे की कुछ तंगी थी परिवार में, पैसे की क्या कमी थी? क्या इस वजह से पिताजी ये कदम उठाने पर मजबूर हो रहे थे?
नहीं, पैसे की तंगी नहीं थी मेरे परिवार में, लेकिन हाँ, ये थोड़ा दुख था कि इतनी फसल बर्बाद हो चुकी है मेरे पिताजी।
मेघा, तुम्हें लगता है कि तुम्हारे पिताजी ने आत्महत्या की?
क्या
मेघा, आपको लगता है कि आपके पिताजी ने आत्महत्या की?
नहीं, मेरे पिताजी ने आत्महत्या नहीं की है और मैं इसको मानने को तैयार नहीं हूँ कि मेरे पिताजी ने आत्महत्या की है।
मेघा, दिल्ली पुलिस से तुम्हारी, आपकी या तुम्हारी माताजी की किसी की बातचीत चल रही है?
नहीं, मेरे माताजी बातचीत करने के हालात में नहीं है, वो बिल्कुल बेहोश पड़े हुए हैं।
मेघा,
बेस्ट ऑफ लक बच्चे, बहुत मेहनत से पढ़ना, आगे करना काम, अपने पिता के सपने को जरूर साकार करना। That's a brave girl, and she's saying Arvind Kejriwal, the Chief Minister of Delhi, is welcome to come to Dausa and share their grief. They are Kshatriyas, they are Rajputs, and he will be welcome. Nobody will hurt him.
Well, you're bang on, Gaurav. This young girl there, and what a befitting reply she gave to Ashutosh. Ashutosh completely inconsolable. Why so? Because he really could not answer. He really could not answer the questions put forth by this young 16-year-old girl. When she asked him directly that why is it that her father, who was at his Ashutosh's rally, why is it that nobody could hold him from maybe taking that step, or what she said was that he slipped and that incident took place. Let's cut across, to that reaction by Ashutosh, because Ashutosh had absolutely no words. He was inconsolable for 5 minutes. He didn't know what to say other than apologize to Megha.
हम सब लोग बहुत आहत हैं बेटी, मैं गुनहगार हूं तुम्हारा। मैं मंच पे उस वक्त मौजूद था, काश हम उसको बचा पाते, लेकिन हम लोग सोए नहीं है रात में, बहुत तकलीफ है। लेकिन ये जो राजनीति इसके बहाने की जा रही है, ये गलत है। इस देश के नेताओं को समझना होगा कि ऐसी राजनीति से कुछ नहीं मिलने वाला। इस राजनीति को बदलिए आप लोग। ये बीजेपी कांग्रेस वाले राजनीति कर रहे हैं, इसमें मनीष सिसोदिया का नाम लेके आ रहे हैं। हमारे विश्वास की तरफ उंगली उठाई जा रही है। हम लोग इंसान हैं, राजनीति करने नहीं आए हैं। हम राजनीति करने नहीं आए हैं, इतनी गंदी राजनीति करने नहीं आए हैं। हम इस राजनीति करने नहीं आए हैं। ये राजनाथ सिंह जी को समझना चाहिए। हमारे ऊपर ये आरोप लगाने की कोशिश की जा रही है, हमने उकसाया उसको। ये गलत है, ये ठीक नहीं है। तो मेरी बेटी की तरीके से हो मेघा, मैं तुम्हारा गुनहगार हूं।
जी मैं बोलना चाहती हूँ कि अब मेरे पिताजी संसार में रहे तो नहीं है। मैं बस इतना कहना चाहती हूँ कि पार्टियां एक दूसरे पर दोषारोपण नहीं करें अब, कि कांग्रेस बीजेपी पर, बीजेपी आप पर, ऐसे मैं सबसे कहना चाहती हूँ कि इस प्रकार एक दूसरे को दोषी न ठहराएं।
There should be no politics over my father's untimely and unfortunate death, says that young brave girl from Dausa, Megha Singh. What is Gajendra Singh's father saying about this? Let's listen in.
बताऊं, अब या तो उनकी वो ही जाने, अगर उन्होंने कोई ऐसा ज्यादा हम लोगों को दुखी देखा होगा, या उनको ये ऐसी सोच आई होगी उसके प्रति, तो मैं और हम क्या बता सकते हैं। हमारे सामने तो कोई यहाँ ऐसी कोई बात है नहीं, और उनका ऐसा अगर उन्होंने किया है हमारे साथ में, तो एक वो भी बड़ी विचारशील आदमी है, जो दुख में उन्हें दुख को दुख माना।
All right, reactions coming in there by the father as well, but just about 20 minutes ago, all of this seems to have been a bit much for the Aam Aadmi Party. For what was just about 40 hours ago, comments which smacked of sarcasm, some of them borderline mocking with what took place when questions were pointed towards the Aam Aadmi Party. Well, all of that seemed to have completely turned around in 48 hours. Why we say that? Well, today morning, Arvind Kejriwal, the Chief Minister of Delhi, spoke out for the very first time, admitting, taking responsibility, softening his stand on the entire incident. And later on, just about 40 minutes ago, Ashutosh on national television completely broke down, inconsolable for 6 minutes, had no answers to give a grieving 16-year-old who had just lost her father. A hashtag Ashu Cries has been trending ever since that interview there. I want to cut across to our deputy editor who's right now inside the newsroom, taking us through a flood of tweets on the internet right now, right after we saw Ashutosh completely break down. Shiv, can you take us through some of those tweets, please?
Well, it's trending at #1, Preeti. Can't really figure what that actually means. A huge amount of interest, obviously, in Ashutosh, completely losing control and breaking down live on national television just a short while ago on Aaj Tak and Headlines Today. Already, in just a few minutes, the hashtag Ashu Cries is trending at #1 in India. So we'd like to tell our viewers as well, if you want to join this conversation as we track it, get more reactions, that's the hashtag to use. But I can tell you, opinion, very divided about, what that crying actually meant. I want to take you through some of those tweets to give you a sense of what the sentiment really is. Archana Debnath, a Twitter user, says, "Stop this drama, Ashutosh. Instead, tell us what is going to be your next diabolical action plan. What's cooking in the devil's kitchen?" A lot of negative response to the Ashutosh tweets, really. Lakshmi Pandey saying, "Full to drama, stop playing politics with the little girl." Of course, they're referring to Gajendra's daughter. Ashu cries, "What a big notanki this person is. What he's trying to prove is crying and blaming other parties and saying don't politicize." So there's an allegation of hypocrisy on the Aam Aadmi Party and Ashutosh as well. One more qualification added to be a politician now, that you must be able to cry before the public. Of course, it must be said that Ashutosh is far from being the first Neta who's actually, broken down in front of cameras. And we'll tell our viewers who the others are in a short while. Don't overact, Ashutosh. Don't make a public fool. This seems to be the overarching sentiment. There are, tweets from AAP supporters, Aam Aadmi Party supporters, Ashutosh fans as well, because, he was a very well-known journalist before he became a politician, where the sentiment, of course, is about how this is genuine emotion, this is genuine regret, and unlike other politicians who are arrogant, who never show an emotional side and only do it for politics, here you've got a person who's genuinely actually showing some emotion, because regret is the real core sentiment that the Aam Aadmi Party feels at this point of time. Remember, Preeti, the context is, and as we see, thousands of tweets come in on the hashtag Ashu Cries, which we've put out here on headlines today, and it's trending at #1. It comes just a couple of hours after Arvind Kejriwal, Ashutosh's boss, went in front of cameras to say that he apologizes and that he's sorry and he hasn't been able to sleep. So regret, sorry politics, apology, forgive me, begging for forgiveness. That's the tone, that's the tactic that the Aam Aadmi Party has obviously chosen right through today. Let's see what more reactions we get in a short while.
And Shiv, and that's one of the main reasons that we are putting this interview where Ashutosh completely broke down. And that's the reason why, because as journalists, we walk a very tight rope between sensationalism and reporting facts. And these are facts, because these were the people which about 40 hours ago were sarcastic, refusing to take questions. And now you can see that breakdown, complete breakdown. We saw that 20 minutes ago with Ashutosh there, and this is the reason why we're going to once again play that reaction of Ashutosh, because this man was very different 2 days ago. He apologized in respect of that as well. But today, the Aam Aadmi Party clearly, completely being humbled by news such as this. Once again, we're going to play how Ashutosh reacted when a 16-year-old grieving young girl asked him about her father's death.
हम सब लोग बहुत आहत हैं बेटी, मैं गुनहगार हूं तुम्हारा। मैं मंच पे उस वक्त मौजूद था, काश हम उसको बचा पाते, लेकिन हम लोग सोए नहीं है रात में, बहुत तकलीफ है। लेकिन ये जो राजनीति इसके बहाने की जा रही है, ये गलत है। इस देश के नेताओं को समझना होगा कि ऐसी राजनीति से कुछ नहीं मिलने वाला। इस राजनीति को बदलिए आप लोग। ये बीजेपी कांग्रेस वाले राजनीति कर रहे हैं, इसमें मनीष सिसोदिया का नाम लेके आ रहे हैं। हमारे विश्वास की तरफ उंगली उठाई जा रही है। हम लोग इंसान हैं, राजनीति करने नहीं आए हैं। हम राजनीति करने नहीं आए हैं, इतनी गंदी राजनीति करने नहीं आए हैं। हम इस राजनीति करने नहीं आए हैं। ये राजनाथ सिंह जी को समझना चाहिए। हमारे ऊपर ये आरोप लगाने की कोशिश की जा रही है, हमने उकसाया उसको। ये गलत है, ये ठीक नहीं है। तो मेरी बेटी की तरीके से होगा, मैं तुम्हारा गुनहगार हूं।
जी, मैं बोलना चाहती हूँ कि अब मेरे पिताजी संसार में रहे तो नहीं है। मैं बस इतना कहना चाहती हूँ कि पार्टियां एक दूसरे पर दोषारोपण नहीं करें अब, कि कांग्रेस बीजेपी पर, बीजेपी आप पर, ऐसे मैं सबसे कहना चाहती हूँ कि इस प्रकार एक दूसरे को दोषी न ठहराएं।
Ashutosh from the Aam Aadmi Party completely overwhelmed by the sequence of events. And Gaurav, isn't that the reason why we are putting that reaction out there? Because as I said earlier, as journalists, we walk such a tightrope. Sensationalism, reporting facts. But these are facts. We saw that interview today morning. We saw Ashutosh break down just 2 hours ago. These were very different people just about 40 hours ago.
And there is no sensationalism here. These are bare facts, as you rightly put out, that we put out in the public domain for all to see. And what is Ashutosh so upset about? Is Ashutosh upset about the attack that the Aam Aadmi Party is under from the Congress and the BJP? Because that's his point. He's saying Rajnath Singh, Sonia Gandhi and Ajay Maken should understand we are not that kind of people. But look at that plight of that young girl, 16-year-old Megha Singh, who's saying, don't worry, don't feel upset. My father is gone. My father is not going to come back. But Arvind Kejriwal is welcome to come to Dausa. He's welcome to come and share our grief. We are Kshatriyas, we are Thakurs. We will welcome him. And that perhaps shows the strength of personality of that little child and her family. And she's also insisted, my father is not the kind who would ever even think of committing suicide. We come from a family that is very well to do. Arvind Kejriwal, Delhi's Chief Minister, clarified his stance on this entire episode and that extremely tough question, why didn't he stop speaking when that suicide was taking place? Why did he help? Let's listen in to Arvind Kejriwal's clarification.
Complete change where the Aam Aadmi Party is concerned. They seem to be humbled. They seem to be completely overwhelmed, not knowing how to deal with the sequence of events as they've unfolded over the last 48 hours. I'm joined right now by Shazia Ilmi from the BJP. Shazia, appreciate you talking to us. First up, Shazia, what do you make? You know, the minute we aired this footage, the hashtag Ashu Cries has been trending #1 on Twitter. Lots of people with a mammoth of reactions coming forth. What do you make of Ashutosh completely breaking down on national television today?
No, I think the situation is very grim and indeed overwhelming. And I wish if all of them, including every volunteer, cried when the farmer died, instead of crying 48 hours later. So that's something to be looked at. And I have full empathy with Ashutosh because the situation is tough. And I think a lot of us had tears welling in our eyes watching the entire situation break out in front of us. But just like he's begging almost, and I understand that, asking Narendra Modi ji, Sonia ji to stop politics, he should ask his own leaders of the same. That you know, if a farmer was going through such a tough situation, he could have protested in Rajasthan as well against Vasundhara Raje government for the compensation which is allocated by the state, instead of bringing him to Delhi. And other disturbing questions that I have in mind is that was he brought to Delhi or asked to come here, or was some kind of arrangement was made only because Arvind Kejriwal is big in Delhi, Aam Aadmi Party is here and not so big in Rajasthan. Two, who wrote the suicide note? I would rather go with Gajendra ji's family, his daughter, his brother and his sister. The daughter stoically says that the suicide note was not written by her father. So I would like to know who wrote it, at whose behest, to let who off the hook. The second question that I want to ask is that the sister said something which really disturbed me actually. And she said, Gajendra ji's younger sister said that वो आने वाले थे वापस और उनका फोन आया था और कह रहे थे मेरे पास कुछ पैसे हैं मैं कुछ शॉप करूंगा.
Okay.
Who gave him the money? What was the money that he was talking about? These are very disturbing things and we should look into that.
Okay,
Nobody,
Shazia, you know, before I go into a quick break, Shazia, there's a question there. You know, and the question is that ever since this incident occurred, away from what Aam Aadmi Party has been saying, there have been wild allegations from both political outfits, be it the BJP, be it the Congress, unsubstantiated allegations which have bordered on calling this nothing short of a murder. Do you regret that? Because many of those comments have been made from your party as well.
No, you know, I think all of us should regret politicizing the issue. I totally understand that. But we should at least believe Gajendra ji's family. All I'm saying is that I would rather stand with his daughter, with his brother and sister who actually said we need assurance from everyone else. So I think just like this is being said, I mean, they will say the same. Arvind Kejriwal is blaming the media. Like he's blaming the parties. He's blaming Delhi police. The question is, these questions need to be asked.
Okay.
There are two issues. One is farmer suicide and the agrarian crisis. And the two and a matter of urgency is how this farmer, this down is just in front of our eyes. So both things have to be looked at. And you're right. Nobody should politicize.
All right. Appreciate you joining us.
Kejriwal should work together with Delhi police.
Gaurav wants to come in for a quick question.
Shazia, what explains the change in stance, if at all, in the Aam Aadmi Party? First, there are parallel inquiries. The Delhi police has its inquiry. The Delhi government orders an inquiry. And suddenly the chief minister apologizes and other Aam Aadmi Party leaders apologize. What do you make of that?
Because for 48 hours, there has been thankfully unrelenting pressure from all sides, especially from Gajendra Ji's family. And I think that is it. It's not media so much, but his own family, which is not interested in any muavza of compensation of 10 lakhs. They are more interested in finding out the truth. They want to know why they lost their brother, their father. So I think created this pressure and not any other party. I don't think any party should take credit for this change of heart, but the family itself, and I think we should stand by the family and not with any party at this point of time.
All right, well said. Appreciate you joining us, Shazia. Joining me right now is Tehseen Poonawala, political analyst. He's on the phone line with us. Tehseen, what do you make? Because, you know, what we saw just about 30 minutes ago, and the reason why we are airing this is because, like we said, we walk a fine line between sensationalism and reporting facts. But this man and his colleagues had a very different take just about 40 hours ago, and since the morning today we've seen a very different Arvind Kejriwal, and of course about 20 minutes ago a very, very different Ashutosh, completely crumbling under pressure, having no answers to give, a grieving 16-year-old child who's just lost her father.
Yeah, first of all political parties are reacting. This is absolutely disgusting. There isn't an either or. Somebody's lost a family member. The life is what we need to project on. I think Gaurav was speaking yesterday, Sawant, and which is the only agency that can, it's the police. That is an investigating agency. Let them do their job. If anybody feels they are incorrect in doing their job, they have the option of going to court. What is this business of calling a parallel inquiry? Then you apologize. You've made a tamasha of somebody's death. Then you turn around and say, you know what, is media to be blamed? Is media not to be blamed? Media is not to be blamed for Fast Tuesday. The fact is, media only reports what is happening. The fact is, all political parties are using the media to highlight their insensitivity, to highlight how they can capture this issue, and to highlight how they gain from this issue. That's all.
And that includes the Congress, Tehseen, doesn't it?
That includes every political party, including the Samajwadi Party that today is offering 5 lakh rupees. How many people are going down to what the basic problem is? If they can sit together and come up with structured mechanisms to solve the problem, not by some sort of public tamasha that is going on. It's ridiculous, and it's actually, you know, when we say India is embarrassed, this is an embarrassment for the country. And I'm saying very strong words. It's disheartening, these words, but our country is embarrassed today.
All right, Tehseen, appreciate you joining us. Tehseen and Shazia, they're talking to Headlines today after Ashutosh publicly breaking down just about 30 minutes ago while talking to Gajendra's young daughter there. We'll keep coming back to the story, getting us more reaction, but keep the tweets going. We are tweeting under the hashtag AshuCries. What do you think? What is your take? We are getting a mammoth of reactions from across the spectrum, so keep those tweets going, and we're going to cut across and relay those tweets right here on Headlines today.